Today, this snow-covered field looks pretty much like any other field in your average town in the Allegheny Mountains during winter. And these logs? Well, they look like your average logs. But over the next few days, both will be transformed into something that, well, let's take a look.
Here we are at Ridgway, Pennsylvania, about 3 hours drive north of Pittsburgh, for an event that really is out of this world. It's the annual Ridgway Rendezvous, and it transforms this usually peaceful little town into this.
What these guys will do with chainsaws over the next few days will blow your mind. It'll change the way you look at chainsaws and art forever, because these guys are serious. Did I say serious? Well, maybe not serious. But they are serious about what they do. And for the record, no, that's not regulation safety equipment. So you'd have to say, when it comes to art, this isn't what most people would have in mind. Although when it comes to carvers, this probably is.
Well, the epitome of the lumberjack is the large bearded fellow. I do fill that bill out pretty nice.
But if you think all carvers look like this, think again. There's also chainsaw chicks, and even chainsaw kids. And you think that's young? Check this out.
Carving a dragon is going to have big wings like this.
No, don't panic, that's not a real chainsaw. At least not yet.
I like the carvings, the noise, everything.
But surely size does make a difference.
Being big helps when you're throwing a saw around because you can do it faster, but that's about all. If you can master taking the saw and cutting the wood away, then it doesn't matter what size, shape, or color you are. You can just get right in there and start cutting and end up with something.
And that something can be, well, just about anything. Admittedly, there's no shortage of the traditional animals here. There's certainly more than enough bears to go around. From friendly bears to not so friendly bears. Hey, at least this little guy would come in handy. Yeah, they're popular enough all right, and they sell like hotcakes. But I had to ask, what's with all the bears?
A lot of the people that use the chainsaws in America were from the woods. So they carved what they saw around them. Look around the site here and we see lots of eagles, bears and Indians.
But not everyone carves bears.
I'm not all that keen on doing animals. I like doing unusual items that catch people's eye, sort of organic shapes and so on.
So a quick look around will reveal everything from turtles to mushrooms to abstracts. Pretty much anything you can imagine, and even some things you couldn't. So you can carve something traditional, something beautiful, whimsical, even something useful. Even something as useful as a stool to stand on while you're carving something else. And hey, if it gets too cold, you can always carve a fireplace. And let's face it, you'd never be short of firewood. So, like their work, about the only thing these carvers have in common is their passion for carving, and the telltale coating of sawdust they all wear at the end of the day. And it's this variety that's one of the reasons the Ridgway Rendezvous is so unique. Sure, there are other chainsaw get-togethers in other parts of the United States and the world, but there's nothing else quite like the Rendezvous. This event attracts carvers from all over the world, and because it isn't a competition, carvers are more likely to try new things and experiment more.
This isn't a competition. This is the difference. This is not a competition. Everyone can get in together and carve as one big group, and it's quite exceptional for that very reason. And people are sharing ideas and sharing tools. That doesn't tend to happen quite so much in competition. And most of the carvers I've spoken to believe it is because of the crossover of East and West and carvers meeting each other, and they're all trying to outdo each other, of course. And thus the work's quite exceptional.
You've got to wonder though, how does someone get into something like chainsaw carving? For some, the answer is simple. It's a family affair.
I'm a second-generation carver. Our whole family's been doing it, my mom and her brothers. So I'm 44 years old. I've been doing it with the family since, I was 10 or 11 years old.
An entire family wielding chainsaws sounds like trouble to me, but apparently the only real problems are at dinner time.
Well, we usually have a big fist fight over who's going to cut the ham.
For others, the transition is a fairly natural one, having used chainsaws for their work.
I was a tree trimmer, and they gave me chainsaws and they gave me logs, so I just kind of started on the side and used to haul home logs in my 68 Camaro with the log hanging out the window, and used to carve at home in the driveway at night. It was great.
But then there's those who, let's just say it was a bit more of a leap to get there.
I finished my last year of college, graduated with a business degree, and thanked my father for the education and asked him for a few $100s more so I could buy some chainsaws, because I was going to be a chainsaw carver for a living. And that's how it began. He obliged, and here I am today.
Overall, you could say chainsaw carving is part art, part extreme sport. And they don't come much more extreme than Dennis Beach.
We're gonna be running 2 saws at once. Woohoo!
And sure enough, true to his word, he did just that during one of his demonstrations. Now kids, don't try this at home. Besides, he has a perfectly good reason to carve with the 2 saws at the same time.
The 2 saw things, yes, it speeds it up. You save 3-4 minutes. But it's not the speed down. It's the showing off.
And when you've got all the moves, there's no shortage of opportunities to do just that. But then you can sort of get away with it when you're this good. Oh, and he's not exactly the slowest carver going around either.
About 25 minutes, start to finish.
A couple cans of spray paint, you know, a little paint and powder, and she's ready to go.
While it's easy to be distracted by all the chainsaws, let's not forget the auction at the end of it all raises tens of thousands of dollars for charity too. So whether you're up close and personal, or getting a bird's eye view, there's no question the Ridgway Rendezvous really is out of this world.